If Louisville lacks a vision for the future, it sure doesn't lack smart people like Andrew Thuita who can help us find it. Andrew, born in Kenya, lives in Lyndon and works at St. Ignatius, a Catholic church built next to GE Appliance Park, where it has long gathered one of the most diverse congregations in town. I visited Andrew at St. Ignatius to ask him what he thinks our Louisville could be. So I'm here this midday on a Sunday with Andrew Thuita. Andrew's the music director at St. Ignatius Martyr Church here in where Newburg meets Okolona. Andrew, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm from Kenya. I came to the United States in 1980. I came to college in Tennessee. And I started working with Catholics and Catholic school system in the sort of late 80s, and retired 10 years ago. And I'm still doing music directorship here. But I'm from Kenya, come from a family of a lot of musicians and artists in Kenya.
And you lived in Prospect and now in Lyndon. So let's talk first about where you make your own home. How does the city look from there?
So my sense is that it's regrettable that Louisville is so divided. When I first came here, I was aware that there's East End, West End, and South End, and that sort of thing. And when I was on the board of Louisville Orchestra and the Bach Society, folks did not go past 9th Street to the West End until I encouraged them to have the summer concerts there. So, and a lot of people that want the city to progress have tried to change that. So you see a lot of development in the West End, that kind of thing. But the city is still very divided, but we are working to figure out ways of integrating it.
And so your work life here now in semi-retirement, very active retirement, is here at Newburg, Okolona, at St. Ignatius.
Yes.
How does the city look different from here compared to the East End?
St. Ignatius is the most mixed culturally church probably in America. We have somewhere close to 40 nationalities here. I'm from Kenya, my drummer is from Ghana, we have folks from Myanmar, we have folks from Rwanda and Burundi, that kind of thing. Now, I think this church reflects the kind of cultural mix you tend to have in the Okolona, Newburg area.
What can St. Ignatius teach us about how to make Louisville more like that successfully?
Well, first of all, it can teach us that it's possible for a church to worship together in that is truly multicultural, but it requires leadership that can bring forth the talents of those different cultures. Mine is music. I was raised in Kenya, so I encountered African music and of course Anglican music, which is classical. And then I came to US and I encountered gospel music. I learned gospel music in the West End. So I'm able to bring a little bit of that blend. When I first came to America, there was this great thing. Oh, we are the melding pot. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I came and yes, there are a lot of different cultures, but they're not really, it's like a salad bowl. You know, you have different things in different places on the bowl. They have never really melded, you know. They are here and there, like here, we are there. But by and large, it's a salad bowl. We would like for it to become a melting pot, and that's another long process.
Sure. If you could make change in Louisville by moving one organization or company here, yeah, what would it be?
The International United Nations Habitat. If I could bring one here, it'll be Habitat, because Louisville is a compassionate city. We compete with Seattle, which is more compassionate. I argue we are more compassionate, and because we really accommodate a lot of refugees here for one reason or another. I don't know whether it's because the way we are located or something like that. But we have that consciousness. Compassion is part of our DNA in the city. Habitat for Humanity will be a fantastic place because it will draw attention to really what's going on around the world, and what we as a community is doing to help integrate these people and assimilate them in our society.
Do you think it would be better for Louisville to be known as Northern or Southern?
I think we are fine the way we are because we have the consciousness of the South, which is beautiful, but we have that northern progressive thing also going on. So as part of the South, there are a lot of remnants of racism and white supremacy. We have some of that, but we also have people who are forward-looking in how we can maybe change some of that.
You've been here long enough. What do you answer when people ask you, where did you go to high school?
Highway Secondary School in Nairobi, Kenya. I don't know, my first question is, why are you asking me? You didn't ask me when I went to college, you asked me when I went to high school. It's a very Louisville thing.
It is.
And speaking of that, I went to the Atlanta Olympic Games in '96. I'm sitting with 90,000 people in there, and I say, hey, hi, I'm from Louisville, I'm from Germany. 10 minutes later, he nudges me. By the way, who won the football game between St. X and Trinity? I'm like, I'm looking like, me? Why? We watch it in Germany.
No way.
This is how big that rivalry and high schools in Louisville are. No wonder people ask where you went to high school.
Well, my next question is, how would we become a city where you don't ask that question, or should we?
I don't think it's a bad thing, but I think we need to create new institutions that we can identify with. Every time we try to think of how to frame ourselves, we reach back to this and then the other, things that we've known and we're comfortable with. I think something like this is we're creating new traditions. We're creating new things and new traditions, and people can see the possibility of things that are blended, culturally blended. I'm not sure what that looks like, but we can all dream.